Yeah,
Yo, guys, we're back for episode 9 of the Untold Gems podcast. Thank you for watching and subscribing. We've got a few things to talk about today. How was your weekend, guys?
That's good. How about you
good,
guys?
good.
The weather was
Father's
horrible.
Day. Happy Father's Day. So all my dad's putting in the work,
Yeah, for real.
and
Facts.
All the single
yeah,
moms, happy Father's Day.
Facts.
And,
shout out to the moms. And
okay.
at the end of the day, it's uh, it's hard out here trying to raise a child. So shout out to everybody. Just even if you're an uncle or grandfather, anybody who's trying to give a helping hand. So really appreciate that. So no lie, this temperature, man, killing my
Yeah, no,
killing
it's
my
trash.
It's
What
making
swag,
the
me
fuck?
want to kill myself. Like
It's
I hate
officially
killing my
summer, by the way.
swag.
It's June 21st, so it's officially summer, and we've had
Yeah,
what?
I
We can count the days, like the sunny days. Um,
like four.
guys, May was warmer than June, I think. Like we had 36
Global warming, man.
degrees. Like we had a full week of like beautiful weather in May, and this like so far
yeah,
June has been horrible. It's been like super on and off.
it was F1 weekend. Did you go, Charles? Did you end up going?
No lie. It was fucking. I'm pissed because it was raining all day, and then at night,
Oh
God
no.
knows how magically the sun cleared out. People are outside, etc. But it was a vibe. Shout out to Lewis finishing top three, but it was something. And next year, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna find this tax write off, but I am going to all these parties. I am going to these events because
Yeah, for
that's
real.
where the magic happens.
I'm
So
so
somebody told
mad that
me,
we didn't go to play a Patron. Everyone went.
Yeah,
Like
what
I
happened to
everyone
our
no,
double date? No, but what happened with you, Charles? I saw you
nah,
went out to like a restaurant or something.
yeah, that was on Friday. That was on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looked
so shout out to
nice.
Benihana's. That's a fire restaurant for people who want some entertainment while they eat. But yeah, so Friday I went to a restaurant with some friends. Saturday I had the qualifiers for the F1.
Okay.
Basically stayed until I couldn't take it anymore. Went home. Basically, this year was the first year I didn't like go to a party or anything like that. Since
Yeah.
like I've been going to F1 events, so this year was kind of kind of sad in terms of my
Because the
partying. But
weather was so bad.
Yeah, the weather
yeah,
was
yeah,
awesome.
and we had plans on like going with the floor, etc. Seeing what's going downtown, but at least I was able to go to a race. And next year, okay, next year I'm gonna spend the bag. It just had to be that simple because
Yeah.
it's somebody told me there wasn't any Lamborghinis or Ferrari available for like to rent for that weekend. Just
That's
to tell you how many people
crazy.
were going out and showing out. So next year I have to find a way to either end up going to some of these events or try to go to these clubs at the F1. I'm just trying to mingle a network because I could tell you money was made on that weekend, and unfortunately I
For
wasn't part of it.
sure. And
Uh,
people apparently drove like 6 hours and like like people traveled from
well,
like
yeah, of course.
I didn't know F1 was this big of a deal to be quite honest.
It was the biggest event in
I didn't, and I
Montreal
also
like
didn't
every
know
year.
that it's only in Montreal, like within Canada. I didn't know it was only Montreal that hosts it,
Yeah.
which makes sense why
Yeah,
it's such a big deal. Because I've known about F1 my whole life, but I just never knew what it was.
Do
Like
you
I
guys
never
know
paid
why we
attention.
have it? Like, Charles, do you know why it's in
Yeah,
Montreal
why
instead of
Montreal?
other places?
because
Because
we have the
typically
track.
Montreal doesn't get anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we have
okay.
we have a track. So if
Wow.
you guys ever went to a casino or Parc Jean Drapeau, there's like a
Yeah, the circuit.
yeah
Yeah.
What's
circuit
it called?
Gilles Villeneuve.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
we're the only province that has or big city in Canada that actually has a
Wow.
track that can accommodate, we'll say,
That's a
the F1
first for
tracks.
Montreal. Montreal has nothing usually.
Yo, and they trying to fuck that shit up too. Trying to fuck up with my money.
No way.
Cause yeah, cause what happens is that I don't know if it's still PG-13, but what happens is that this weekend is very transactional. Okay, and for people who are in the sex industry, sex work, it's a busy weekend, so that's why
Mm.
people are like trying to stop the F1 because they're saying prostitution, etc., increases during the F1 weekend. So that's why
Oh, yeah.
even yeah, yeah,
That's
even
such a
because you have a
random
lot of people from
stat.
different regions across the world.
But I'm
that just
sure
comes
no
to
matter
Montreal for that
where it
weekend.
is, like no matter where it is, like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, and people need to realize it's not just F1. You can have a big business conference, and we have like big business conferences like C2, we have Oshiaga, we have a bunch of different things. At
True.
the end of the day, anytime we have big events, it's
Yeah, I'm
just gonna
sure it
happen.
boosts
And
it. Yeah. I don't think they
yeah,
can control that.
exactly. So it's just at the end of the day, the government companies don't have any money. Do you have people like Sasha said from across the world, people driving, spending that actual earned money in the economy? And some of the time it's in euros, sometimes it's in US dollars, so you're even getting more money, and they're able to discover Quebec. And I'll say one thing about Montreal, especially the airports, like particular Europe. So people who haven't been to
Mm-hmm.
anywhere close to Europe, if you're from out of town, it just gives you the vibe that you're in a different country
Hmm.
or a different continent
It's so
altogether.
true. After actually going to Europe and then like going to the old port, I was like, wow, I've never appreciated my own
Yeah,
city. Like I went on Friday with my friend. We were just walking around, although it was raining, but like like still I was like, oh my God, what's this like church? Like I kept asking her, like, what's this? What's this? And she's like, how do you not know your own city? And
yeah,
I felt so stupid because like Montreal is actually a very nice city, like in a lot of ways, but like it's
Yeah.
like you always never appreciate what you have, But we need to
I
start
might
doing the
have a hot
touristy
take.
stuff. Oh,
I
really?
think Montreal's the
Let's
biggest, is the
go.
best in Toronto.
A
It's
better
better than
city than
Toronto.
Toronto?
Yeah, better than Toronto.
A lot of people argue that, and like I agree
I would agree, to be
for
honest.
some things, because we've all been to Toronto, right? Like all of us have been, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's an amazing city. And I think if you've never been there, the first time you go, you're like, wow, it's like such a big city. Because Montreal's kind of more of like a low-key city, I find. And so when I first went to Toronto, it kind of reminded me of New York. And
yeah,
I was like, this is a big city. Like they have like their fake
Yeah.
Times Square. I forget where it is in Toronto, but there's like with all the billboards and everything. And I remember being like, holy shit, I need to live here. This is crazy. And there was like business people everywhere and condos everywhere. But
yeah,
like it's also too much. Like when you're there for too long and you're downtown and there's so much going on, it's like because there's so many like tall condos, there's like too much population in one place that it's
yeah.
like
The
you can't
concentration.
breathe. Like it's so overwhelming.
Mm.
And like
Mm-hmm.
at first I'm like, oh my God, I love this city. But then after like 2 days, I'm like, get me out of here. Like it's just too much.
Like for real, if I was in like a 9 to 5, well, I am 9 to 5, but if I was in
Yeah,
like in a
yeah.
corporate like environment in Toronto, I wouldn't want to
Oh,
live there,
me
and like
too. And you know
I'm not gonna disrespect Toronto.
the traffic there is like 100 times worse than here. They
Yeah,
have like
hundred
they have
percent,
like 7 lanes.
Yeah.
I'm joking, but
hundred
they have
percent.
like 4 lanes or something on their main highway. Imagine their traffic is worse than ours because everyone's trying to go to central downtown Toronto, whereas like I guess in Montreal there's not as many high-rise buildings, so there's not as many like people like concentrated in one place.
Yeah,
So
we're
like
just
there's
dumb. We
so
have two
much more
lanes.
traffic there. Like it's unbelievable. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like driving in traffic is like the one thing that makes me want to actually die. Like I
Yeah,
cannot stand it.
but that just tells you how stupid Quebec is. Because if we have 4 lanes, there wouldn't be any traffic. But now we went
Fa
from 3 lanes to two, and now you're seeing the gentrification of
Oh my
downtown and like
God.
the carry, etc. That we're going to one
Mm.
lane, and where bikes have 2 lanes, etc. So we're gonna be legit like Vancouver, where downtown is legit gonna be one street, and you do what you want, and they'll force you to take the bus. But
That's crazy.
no,
Yeah, I hate
and
driving downtown
while
now.
yeah,
It's
I'll
disgusting
just say
driving
this about
downtown.
Montreal: we have the best nightlife, I think, of all
Yeah,
Canada.
everyone says that. And I think clubs in Toronto only stay open till like 2 or like 1 or
Yeah,
even I think it's
Oh, yeah.
2. I think it's 2.
I think
Yeah.
so.
And like I mean, I don't go clubbing anymore and like I don't really care to, but I remember when I had gone to Toronto when I think it's 19, the legal age, and I was like, "Oh my God, Toronto," but then the clubs like weren't even that nice. Like it was not the same as Montreal clubs. So if you're into clubbing, I guess yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh, I've never been clubbing in Toronto. What's the difference? Like, is there less clubs? I feel like it would be pretty much similar.
It's just like I feel like there's not one main like here we have Saint Laurent Street with like 100
Yeah,
clubs on the same street.
Well, are you sure
Whereas in
about that?
Toronto, yeah, in Toronto there's like a couple different places, but like there's
Oh,
not
okay.
like like there wasn't at least maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I don't remember there being like one specific street where there's literally like 20 different clubs on that same street. Like us, it's Crescent Street or Saint Laurent Street. Between those, like that's where all of the clubs are basically.
Mhm.
Whereas in Toronto, it was really like in different places I found. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but
yeah, but even for Montreal, you have a bit of everything for everyone. If you like rock, you'll find something for rocks. If you like punk, if you like trap,
yeah.
so I think we have big diversity right now. What I'm more looking for right now is more lounges, like that New York vibe where you're like, because there's no club I find for people between 26 and 35. You have
Facts.
your older
Mm.
crowd, and then you have your daycares in Montreal, but you don't have this like club launch scene where it's like, yo, I'm 27, 35. I just want to chill, have a drink, talk, etc. It's either you have to go to both extremes to be able to go out in Montreal.
It's so true. And I don't like the reason why I don't like clubbing is because like I don't like I like to speak, I like to people, you know? And like a clubbing vibe is really like nobody's actually socializing. You're just like staring at
Mm-hmm.
people and the music's too loud to talk. So it's just like for me, that's not the vibe at all. So me too.
No,
Like I want something that's more of like a quiet, like a little bit quieter music,
like
but
I said,
still good music. Yeah, maybe like a Sanka said vibe because like
that's a vibe.
I want to like actually speak to people, you know? I'm always the person that's like sitting down talking to someone at the club and like it's so boring. Like everyone hates me when I go to a club. I'm the most boring person at a club. Oh my god.
Charl, you've been to Cathcart?
Yo, I've been wanting to go. I'm just never downtown. I don't work downtown
Okay,
anymore.
okay,
So,
okay. Because
but this summer,
it's kind of like a Senkaset vibe if you get there early, but then yeah,
oh
it
yeah,
turns
yeah.
into
Everybody
loud
tells me.
music, so you can't really network after. But if you go earlier, you can. But
To me it
also, it's
felt like a
worth.
club. Like it felt like a club to me.
Yeah, it does turn into a club.
Maybe a
Did
little
you
bit
sleep till
less.
9?
No,
Or
I
you
think
left
it's like
before?
11, 11.
Okay, 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 okay.
But it's a lot of everyone who's there has a job downtown or something.
Yeah, like they
So
all
Yeah.
work, their offices are all around there. So like there's a lot of people that are like working in the same fields. And
yeah,
like one of my closest friends, like she said like every Thursday her work is always there. And like if you go from Saint-Cassette, it's actually more of like a Saint-Cassette vibe. The music's not as loud. So I think that's kind of the vibe we're going for. But like I've only been, I think I went at like 8 p.m. or something or like 7:30. So like I
So
missed the
when we pulling
Saint-Cassette
up,
vibe. Yeah,
when we
we need
yo,
to
pulling
we
check
up,
have
we
to,
need to
we
check
have
it out.
to,
yo,
because
you guys are talking. I'm like, shit.
we were supposed to
Two
double
birds, one
date.
stone.
So we could go
Yo,
there. We could go there this
all right,
Thursday
sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
or
Let's get it. Let's get it.
yeah, yeah. But have you guys listened to Drake's album?
Yeah, shout out to Drake. Honestly, like
Shout out to Sean Paul. I'll just say that.
What?
Shout out to Sean Paul.
What are you talking about?
You don't find it gave Sean Paul vibes?
Oh, okay. That's what you mean.
like
Yeah, for sure.
did
It
he
was
drop an
like
album? Oh,
no,
I'm
he's
an
saying
idiot.
Oh
I'm
he's
an
my
idiot.
god.
saying
I just realized what you said, but it's not really like Sean Paul vibes, but
it's like EDM music
it's like
mixed with
Drake's trying to, yeah, he's trying to mix EDM into his music, which like I don't really like EDM, but or like house music, I guess the word is. But I get what he's trying to do. Like I get the vibes, but I don't know. I don't know if it's for me, you know?
I think it was a great marketing play, especially with this.
yeah.
It's surprising how many for the first time this summer we didn't have like a big album drop. Like yes, of course, yeah, Kendrick,
You're
etc. But
right.
I'm talking
Kendrick.
about like yeah, but that was a surprise drop. I'm telling you, like remember like back
Yeah.
let's say we'll talk about like 2019, 2018, 2017. We had like four, five, six.
Yeah, we had banger albums too, like good
Yeah,
summer
yeah, yeah.
albums. Holy shit, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
So
This year there was
I
no like I can't think of an
the
album that like a summer
no.
anthem album, you know?
And
There
like
was none.
Future came out too early, so it wasn't even considered like summer.
You're right.
So
Yeah, like out of all of the albums, I think Futures is the summer
Future's
album for
album.
me.
Yeah, it's a very good album, Future.
Yeah, I think that's the one that like that's the best one for me for now.
yeah,
But
facts.
other than that, there's nothing. And it like yeah, other than that, like I can't think of any other album that dropped.
And
Holy
shout to
shit.
Drake because it's to the point where Drake has such like a pulse on like the internet, social media, and everything
Yeah.
that like for him it was a whole. If you like look back at his stories and like his posts and everything like that, it was like all the sequence of like just dropping gems and nobody caught a whisk of like what he was gonna
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
preparing. That's crazy.
so we'll see.
I'm sure that everyone like I'm sure the songs are gonna grow on us because like we already know how
They already
influential Drake
started to
is.
like
Yeah,
yeah,
we already know how influential Drake is, and like he's done this in the past where he's mixed like he tried to take UK rap and mix it into like Toronto rap, and
Yeah.
he took like a bit of Afrobeats vibes and put it into his like he's been taking other people's like styles and mixing it into his own
Mm-hmm.
style. So like I'm not surprised that he did this, and I think that it's gonna pop off, and I'm sure it's gonna help kind
Yeah.
of like
And that type of music
change a little bit of the sound.
is literally summer music. It's festival music. It's
Yeah.
like nightclub
And
music.
Yeah, you
So
can play it in the clubs, like in the malls, even like in while you're shopping, like all like
it,
I think it's
it
smart
gives
of
me
him to
hot
do
like
that.
Blink vibes. And
that's
like
it.
Drake
Yeah.
is the Taylor Swift of
Yeah,
rap. He's like
that's
the Taylor Swift
true.
of rap. Like he'll just
Yeah.
switch his style whenever it's convenient.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
uh
And the confidence in
we'll
his
see.
statement that he said, like, don't worry, guys, everyone's gonna catch up.
Yeah,
Like, we
he's like, you
already
guys
know what
just
we're
don't get it.
doing.
Like you guys are just not catching
Yeah,
on to
you
what's
guys are gonna
happening.
catch up.
Yeah, and I think we're so
He's been
used
doing
to
it. He's
Drake's
been
literally
doing
the goat. Oh my god.
yeah, we're
it.
so used to keeping artists in a box. And like I'm a big Kanye fan, and like when he did My Dark Twisted Fantasy, at first I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? But
Yeah.
then you have like little Uzi, etc. That basically picked up on the same sound, but Kanye did that 10 years ago. So like Drake said, we might not see somebody try to replicate it, but you'll see somebody trying to either mix with the sounds or trying to go with the beat, because sometimes you could be so ahead of your time. And I'm thinking of like Soldier Boy, who essentially,
For
if you look at what
real.
people are doing right now, Soldier Boy did that in 2006 when YouTube just started.
You're right. That's
So sometimes you can be
crazy.
so ahead that people don't catch up until like decades afterwards.
Yeah. No, and Drake's
Yeah.
so influential. I'm sure that people are gonna start being like, "Oh shit, we need to get on this wave too." And like people are saying like,
Yes,
"Oh, he's making music for TikTok. Like his songs are gonna be." And I literally was watching some reels on Instagram, and I heard one of the songs already becoming a like a
100%.
becoming a song, and I'm like, "Oh my god, of course!" Like he knows what he's
Speaking
doing.
of Drake,
He's
The
not
main
stupid.
reasons people are disappointed is either because that type of music is not for you, or because you had different expectations. Like when he released
me,
the cover and even the track list, the name of the songs, if you just looked at the track list, you would think he's about to go off like some real rap.
bro,
Yeah,
I
It
thought
was
it was gonna
bars,
give me back to back vibes, like Summer
but
16.
that's what
but
Chris
That's the
that's
was
vibe
it.
I was
That's it.
going
saying
for,
too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bro. I
So
was like,
obviously,
guys, mm,
if you're
did I
going
listen?
into it with that expectation, then you're gonna be disappointed at first. But then once, like, yeah, those songs are gonna grow on everyone. And
So on a
the
scale of 1 to 10, what's everybody's rating? Or how many good songs do we say is on the album?
I
I
can't
say
give it a
two or
fair
three.
rating
so
yet. I can't give
yeah,
it a
I say
fair
two or three
rating
good songs.
yet.
we need to give it a bit more time to judge the other songs. But
Okay, but
let's
how
see,
many songs did you guys like in the album?
let's
I
see,
like two
let's see.
songs.
Maybe
Which
like
Or
ones?
two
4.
songs.
Which
Like I
ones?
was,
Which one? Which ones? Which one?
I can't even tell you, but I didn't even pay attention like that, bro.
Wait, let me see.
Honestly, yeah, like Chris was playing them next to me and like I was falling asleep and I heard this noise and I was like turn it off. But then like the next morning we were playing it and like there's some like the songs are good. It's just like you like if you're not
Oh, yo,
expecting it to be
the
house music.
intro. I was telling Sasha the intro is like amazing, but obviously it's not a song. It's 30 seconds of a beat, and the beat is
Yeah, but it's
fire.
lit. It's like the
Yeah.
best. He's like it's the best song on the album.
No,
There's
that
no
was that
lyrics or
was yeah,
anything.
that was my first reaction. Was the intro is the best song, but then after, yeah, the no, the songs are good. Sticky is popular because he mentions Quebec, so I feel like
Yeah,
that's
that one's
gonna,
cute. He like speaks French. He says like, what does he say, mon
yeah,
chéri or so, whatever. I don't know. He says something in French.
something about Mon bec, chérie, Mon bec, Quebec. Like that's all I remember. And then
Oh
the
my
song with
god.
21 Savage has nothing to do with the album, but
Yeah, it's
it's
like so
there.
Yo,
random.
first off, let me tell you something. 21 Savage, bro. This motherfucker was in the lab practicing. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened to my
no, no,
man.
100%, 100%, 100%.
Yo,
Because
I
why
don't
is
know who this
21
man is.
Savage the only feature on
He's
a
the
Drake
only
album?
feature. He had to make sure that
Yeah,
it was a banger. Imagine you're the
And
only
and
feature on
and
the
he
on
killed it.
Drake's
He
album.
killed the feature. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
yeah. Yo, 21
arguably,
Savage, bro.
yeah, his verse is
I'm gonna give it to
arguably
him.
better than Drake's on that song. And then
Yeah.
there was Falling Back. There was the video for that. Did you watch the video, Charl?
Hmm.
Yeah, shout out my boy
Where he's
Cheeky.
marrying all the girls.
Fucking
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tristan, bro. Tristan. Ugh.
Yeah,
Shout
so
out my boy
Falling
Tristan.
Back, Texco
The
Green.
music video with Tristan came out. I swear it was on the same day that the Kardashians episode of where Tristan's cheating on Chloe came out. The
That's
same
Yeah,
so
day.
funny.
Drake's a
Like
troll,
he's getting some heat,
and
bro.
he been knowing.
Wait, no way. He did that on the
Yeah,
same day?
Drake dropped his album on it was Thursday night.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, at
No, but the
midnight on
music
Thursday.
video.
yeah.
I
Video
think
came out
maybe it
the
was
same
on
day.
Friday. Maybe it was on Friday, but the Kardashians came out on Thursday. So it was like 2 days back to back where
That's
like
so funny.
Tristan's caught cheating and then Tristan's part of Drake's wedding where he's marrying 23 bitches. Like it's crazy. It's some
Damn.
fucked up shit. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, what a mess. Because everyone's like hating on Tristan now.
It be
That
like
was
that,
some
bro.
messy shit.
Men
It be
don't
like
cheat.
that, bro.
No, no.
Facts. Men don't cheat.
Tell her,
I'll say
Charl.
this. Black men don't cheat.
Black men
Yeah.
don't cheat. That's it. Let's go.
Wait, hold on. Let me correct that. Haitian men don't cheat. I'll say that, bro.
Jeez, okay, it's
Haitian men
getting.
don't cheat, bro. No, because I can't
Uh,
speak for my Jamaicans, bro. I can't speak for them, but
Yo, it's so funny saying that to girls. Like I've been saying that to Sasha, and just that sentence triggers them so much. It's so funny.
yo,
Like try saying that to a
Sasha,
girl.
you
Men
good?
don't cheat, bro. They get triggered, bro. It's so funny.
Oh my god.
Allah at
No
your
comment.
boy.
No
No
comment.
comments.
Like I'd literally
You like
tell her, like,
you need like
yeah,
a press release. You
I'd
need like
better,
like a little disclaimer, like
No
Viagra,
comment,
like
guys.
my men don't cheat.
bro. I would tell her like, if I cheat on you, it's considered cheating. So yes, I did cheat, but men don't cheat, and then that takes her off. So like, it's so funny. I can just say that line and it annoys her, even though you acknowledge that yeah, it's cheating. It's not cheating.
No
But
comment.
yeah,
No
yeah, yeah.
comment.
No, yeah, we're not.
Question.
Uh,
If you had a hot pass, who would it be?
what?
Hall pass?
What's that? Like
Yeah,
a
hot pass.
celebrity
Yeah,
that you?
celebrity like if you see this person and she says, yo, I'm good with it.
Jessica
Yeah.
Alba.
Damn.
For you?
Okay.
Yes.
Shut up.
Bro,
Yo,
name a guy that's more attractive than Jessica Alba. You can't. There's no guy more attractive than her.
shout out to
That's all I
Jessica
gotta
Alba.
say.
Shout out to the
Shout out Jessica
Fantastic
Alba.
Four.
I'll take Jessica Alba too. Then.
Yo,
Let's
remember
go.
Jessica Alba with the blonde hair and blue eyes? Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, Jessica
Undefeated.
Alba's been
She'd
a
go
baddie.
invisible. She'd
Yeah,
yo.
yeah,
She
yeah,
she'd
yeah, yeah,
protect her man's. Like yo. She would sacrifice herself for her man. Nah yo. Yeah, she was hot as fuck. Uh,
Yeah, Jessica Alba is literally my favorite person ever. She's so beautiful.
damn. Do
Yeah, I think
we wait? Let's see. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not
honestly,
gonna.
like I can't like I'm trying to think of a
Wait, you,
male
Charles, you
celebrity, but I
tell us
can't.
since your
I got one
girlfriend is
answer,
not on the
bro.
call right now.
Oh,
Yo, it's
Rihanna
all
or
good, bro.
Beyonce? Rihanna or
It's
Beyonce?
Beyonce. It's
Oh, it has to
Beyonce.
be Beyonce. It
Yes,
has to
that's
be Beyonce.
exactly
Yeah,
what
it
I
has to
said.
be.
These people like
Has to be Beyonce.
these people asked me and Chris that question this weekend, and we were like Beyonce. I think Chris said Beyonce too, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
for
Never
sure.
mind. And a bunch of people were trying to argue with us Rihanna, and I was like,
Hell
Beyonce
no.
is the
There's only
go
one
like
answer.
she's the OG, bro. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
only
has to
one
be
answer.
Beyonce.
yeah, yeah.
Like what? We've been like what 2002, 20-year plus, bro. I haven't seen this girl have one slip up.
For real,
You're
yeah,
right. You're
bro.
right,
It's
though.
so true. Like, and she's not only like her appearance and everything, but just like her performances, everything. Like, she's literally the like she's the goat of performing
Yo,
and music and
shout out
like
to
Yeah,
Jay Z,
her
the
whole
ultimate goat.
industry. Yeah, for reals. Her whole
yeah. Jay
industry,
Z
like
killed it
she's killing it. Both of
Yo,
them are killing it.
man want that life. Like you reach a
for real.
bill and your wife is Beyonce.
Yeah, for reals.
Two
For
B's,
reals.
And
man.
you're considered the goat in your field. Like
Yo,
Yeah,
you
like he's literally
literally
like the top of
like
the
yeah.
whole
What the
like
fuck?
the whole game, bro. It's crazy.
you see, that's what I'm telling you. People laugh when I say Jay Z gave the blueprint, but if you look at like longevity of like your life, sometimes people will like peak too early, bro. You want to peak like at 30, 40, 50, and like you look at Jay Z right now, he only got started at like at 25, 26, and
Oh,
like
really?
life only started. Yeah, and I think he met Beyonce like at 35, so somebody just gotta
Well, it's
wait till
true
life
because
just picks
like
up for you.
it's true because there's like rappers that are younger, for example, like Little Yachty or like Chief Keef, who are like not really dropping any music right now that anyone really listens to. Like I'm sure they have
Mm,
their like fans, but like they're not on the radio. Their music's not really
yeah,
popping, and it's like so their like prime has already passed. Imagine like when you were 16, that was your prime, and now
yeah,
it's like you're always trying to live up to that, and it's like you can't because Little Yachty had his best year in 2016.
Yeah,
Chief Keef had his best year in like 2012, and like they've never been as like relevant, I guess you could say,
yeah.
since then. Imagine having to like think of that every day and you're like, shit, I just wish I could be back in that time. And Jay-Z's like, I feel like he's still relevant. I don't know how he did it, but he's like
but
you're right, he's killing it. Like
if we were to remove, let's say, business, so everything that has to do with the business side of things, if we look at just music and albums and impact with music, is Jay Z the actual goat of rap?
I'll say this. Without Jay Z, there's no Rihanna, there's no Kanye West, there's no Pharrell.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Removing any of the business, like bringing other
But
people
is
in,
that
just
business or is that music? Because they all started as producers.
Okay, okay, so we're taking into consideration people he's brought along with him.
Yeah,
Damn.
that
Okay,
that's I
then
for me. That's
then
why I put it into it because
okay,
like
then
if you
yeah,
look
then
like
obviously
for
that changes everything.
because if you look like bar for bar, line for line, Jay Z's not the best rapper. He's not the best lyricist, etc. But if you look at like flow, melody, choice of words, the beats, impact, you know, like at least for me, if you're able to change a style of
Yeah.
like remember back in the day, or
Yeah,
like
it's true.
Kanye had them glasses with like the
Yeah, yeah,
Adidas
yeah,
strength,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
for
I had those
real.
everybody used
glasses.
to wear them at like a
I had
little,
those
you know, if you're
bitches.
Yeah,
under
we all had
if
those.
you're under
Uh,
21, forget this conversation. But and it was a vibe for like a year and a half, and like or even Soldier
oh yeah.
Boy with the white glasses, and you used to take your liquid paper
Yeah.
and write Soldier on them. So I like for me, those
Oh,
are all
what
the
the
things that
fuck?
like I take into consideration when I like think of like greatest people in the generation, because it's like that when you're culturally relevant, that's why I think you have a bigger like check in my book.
Yeah, and you got Kanye under your wing, Rihanna under your wing, like you said. But then, oh yeah, yeah, shit. So he is the goat.
Because like if you put like lyricists only, like you could put Eminem, you could put DMX, you could put
Yeah, if you look just at rap,
Rakim.
I think
Yeah,
there's better than Jay Z.
there's better. Yeah, you can even
But
put
if
Biggie. Like Biggie has a better flow than Jay Z.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
damn.
think it
But like
depends on your
longevity
taste
speaks
though
to me.
too, because there are some people that like just think Jay-Z is actually the best rapper in terms of bars and everything too, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it depends on your taste.
nobody
Yeah.
could, nobody can convince me anyways. It's like it'll be
Yeah.
like Jay Z or Nas, like one A, one B.
Yeah.
But like Jay Z
Yeah.
Yeah,
gets it out because like all the business that came with it.
Yeah.
damn.
But I'll say this though, it's a different kind of vibe when it's optional for you to like to rap. Like the last
Yeah,
Oh
for
album
yeah,
that like I
real,
actually
for
fucked with
real.
is like 444. But
yeah,
like Jay Z will just do like one verse, and for him, he'll take 2 years off, and like,
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
and
just
and
and
on
he'll
he's
be
able
like,
to.
autopilot now. He doesn't have
yeah,
to drop
yeah,
any music anymore.
yeah.
And I
Like
think at
shout
this
even
point,
Eminem.
dropping music is even more of a risk because it has to be spot on. If not, you're affecting your legacy. Like
Yeah,
sort of,
because everyone is like watching him, you know, like
it's
Yeah,
kind of like
facts, facts, facts,
Eminem when
facts.
he dropped. I don't remember what was the name of the album that flopped. It was like he used like
With the American flag.
yeah with this
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah, yeah,
used
yeah.
pop singers like the same old flow of like mixing singers with
You know,
like that flopped and that hurts his legacy. And then he comes out with Kamikaze, which was okay, but again like it wasn't like the
yeah,
best
no, but
thing
you know,
ever.
everyone is saying Eminem shit now. Like so many
But
people
because
are
of that, if you leave, like if he had
so
left
many
it alone
people. Yeah, they're like he's
and
trash, and I'm like,
just
what?
brought other people like Jay-Z does, like Lil Wayne did, like bring other people into it and just co-sign them, I think that would be better as a long-term play than trying to
Yeah.
yeah.
still convince us when you're like 50 years old that you can rap. Like we know you can rap.
And like the
But you
style has
see,
changed so much. Like the kids of today
Yeah,
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 are not
yeah.
trying to listen to
No one's
Eminem
trying
right
to
now.
listen to Eminem right now. Yeah.
and you mentioned Lil Wayne, and like that's somebody else who like in terms of flow, like I think like man said every single bar
Oh yeah.
possible.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
he has like nothing left. Like he has
Yeah.
no rhymes left. So
Yeah, for real, for real.
like that's why
But
I'm
Wayne
like, you're
Wayne
right. Sometimes you
brought
just gotta
in
leave it alone.
Drake. He brought in Drake and Nicki. So
Yeah,
Facts.
you
yeah.
have to talk about Wayne too when you're talking about goats.
Yo,
Yeah.
I think my man's only 38. You know, if like
Yeah,
Wow.
he's still young. Yeah.
if he wasn't on that lean and all that, like you could still have like a longer longevity. Because Lollipop came out what 2008.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
even
sounds
know.
that
like
sounds about right to be
we
honest,
were
because it
so
was high
young.
school, so I was in high school.
But like if
So
I
yeah,
think
it
I
sounds
was in
about right
elementary
was
school.
it what was Omeli 2007, 2006?
for what.
Omeli.
I don't
Oh yeah,
remember. I don't
it
remember
was
the
yeah.
dates.
I think it would have been
We were too young.
2007 or
Yeah, I think it was like '07. So if you like from
yeah.
'07 to like shit, what's the last time? I'll
Oh
say
yeah,
like
he
2018,
yeah he
like 10 years of like just pure
Hmm.
bars, like something that's like go back and be like, yo, remember just see that? Or like remember with the F baby, and the F is for phenomenal, and not to fucking Google just
Yo, he
phenomenal.
had so many of them.
You're right. He had like the most wild bars. Like it's true. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yo, there's this. What is this song, bro? There was this one song Eminem, Lil Wayne did the alphabets, but it's talking about every single girl. Shit,
Uh,
what's the name
I
of the
don't
song?
remember that.
I know what you're talking about, but I forgot the song.
Oh my god.
Bro,
This
yeah, Lil
song
Wayne
right
was
here was like my anthem for all of high school.
Lil Wayne was too far. Can we play it though?
Your anthem of high school.
Yeah, because he mentioned every girl possible in the alphabet.
I'm literally dead. That's so funny.
I don't think we
I
can
don't
play it
remember.
without getting copyrighted though.
Yeah,
Facts,
I
facts,
don't
facts, facts,
remember
facts.
that though. I
So
don't
what's the
remember
name of
that
the song?
song.
What's
Anyways,
the
the
name of the
name of
song?
the song is called Alphabet. You guys will look at the
Oh
lyrics,
yeah.
but yeah.
I'm gonna go listen to it after.
The G is for Gina. Her pussy so convenient. I mean, she treat like jalapeno and come like Alfina.
Yo.
Like, what is he even talking about?
Oh.
But there was one that
I
I
wonder like where
posted.
he got his inspiration
There
from.
was one that I posted on my Facebook status like way back when I was in high school.
Yo,
It was the
Facebook, bro.
stupidest
I
line.
got deleted by Facebook at one point because that shit got
Oh
come
yeah.
back to haunt me, man. Them
Oh yeah.
statuses.
Oh my god, I had gone
Yeah.
to Facebook and deleted like so much shit. Like I was
I
so
gotta go back.
cringy. Oh my god.
Yo, but
Yeah.
somebody told me of this app or like this company that like legit cleans out all your bad tweets, all your
Oh yeah.
bad IG posts. Yeah, scrubs all your shit off.
Damn.
You
Good.
know whenever like a celebrity gets clout or something and then they go find out that they
Yeah,
said
because
the
I'm
N
sure
word
you can go
20 years
through
ago or like
any
bitch or like
person's Facebook or something like any person's
that
Facebook.
happened to like every white person in LA. Like they get
Yeah,
caught
yeah,
saying the
Fact,
N word when in
fact.
like 2010.
yeah. You'll find something. Because we're
It's
all dumb
crazy.
and
So you gotta clean
stupid.
your shit, man.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
You know what I
But
used to like? I used to always tweet like, "Oh, if you do this, go kill yourself," like as a joke. But then not.
damn, Sasha.
But then I was like, once I started getting some clout on Twitter, I was like, I need to go delete all of this. And I like it's like I
Yeah.
realized that it's not even like it's it's just not okay to tweet that. So yeah, I had to
Yo,
delete a lot of tweets.
but remember that's what happened with Kevin Hart, and like I'm not saying gay jokes are acceptable,
Yeah.
but remember those a period of like 2010,
Nah, but yo,
2008.
yeah, back then it would things like that would fly, and then now you go look back, and obviously nothing is acceptable anymore.
But
But
Yeah.
if you watch old shows from like
oh
like
yeah, oh they were
2005 and
going
everything,
Oh,
they're
Family
wild.
like
Guy.
they're saying like racist jokes, like gay jokes, like the most fucked up shit, and you hear it and you're like, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
how is
yeah.
this allowed on
And
TV?
not
They
even
just like
like that long ago. Like in the early 2000s, they were still using it, like 2005, six.
Yo, we
Um,
could go back to like 10 years ago. Family Guy's still running.
that too,
The
yeah,
low-key
2010. Yeah,
racist,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
sexist,
yeah.
yeah, it's
homophobic
fucked
jokes.
up.
And shout out to us because I don't know how you're able to watch that at 6 years old, 7 years old, and nobody says anything about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's true, huh?
Our generation, man, I'm telling you, we are
Yeah,
something
that's
else.
what we grew up with, guys. Like that's
Yo,
crazy.
these next set of kids though are gonna be something else. Like you see them because of TikTok and the influence that TikTok has,
Only.
bro. You already see them in the streets. Like, yo,
That's why I'm afraid of like having my own kids, because the
yo,
way
me
some of these people are
too.
so sensitive,
Mm.
and like you're raised a certain way. I'm not saying everybody has the same childhood, but I think like sometimes you have principles that you grew up with that you like to pass on to children, etc. But sometimes with such a culture where it is, you can't tell anybody something about their kids, or
Yeah.
if you say something gets wrong and then everybody looks at you crooked, then I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like kids, especially under like 20, they're like the most earth friendly, sensitive.
Oh
Like
It's
yeah,
just
everybody's
weird. Like
getting a
it's just weird to
participation
see the difference.
trophy.
It's so weird to see like the difference of like how much has changed from just a couple of years of generation. Like
Yo, guys,
it's fucking crazy.
there's no more recess.
What do you
what?
mean?
Like remember back in the day, you used to go outside for like 15 minutes during
Yeah, of
like
course, yeah,
between 9 and 9:30, and
yeah.
Yeah.
then after lunch, and you'll go run around.
Hmm?
Now they have to stay indoors and do some arts and crafts.
What are you
No
talking about?
way. Like they have to do arts and
Yeah,
crafts and like play games or something.
for
Like what do you mean?
recess, you have to stay indoors.
In every elementary school?
No, not every elementary school, but it's a common practice, especially in the states, that you don't let kids outside
Oh yeah, the
during
states
like
is something
recess.
else. The states is
Oh, is
like
it because of the
You
fucking
know,
shootings or
I don't
something?
know if it's
Like they
because of
protect them?
shootings or, but you see, yeah, sus boy, somebody gotta go walk around the neighborhood and like let me know because I'm not doing it. I'm not getting arrested. But because I'm curious to know like what it is because even like gym sports, all these schools are having like budget cuts and everything. So I'm curious to see what's gonna happen when it's
Guys, and
time for us
also
to have
like
kids.
kids don't go outside anymore. Like they're like all kids have an iPad
yeah,
now.
yeah,
When
Yeah,
did you
facts.
guys get your first phone? Like, do you remember what year, like how old you were?
like 13 or 14.
I was in high school, yeah, around that age too.
I think
Maybe
I
Me,
was
I was like
13.
14.
we had like a like me and my three like me and my siblings shared like a flip phone when I was in like I think
Have the flip phone.
grade 5, but it wasn't my phone. But like I think I got my first phone in like sec 1 or sec 2 or
Yeah,
something.
you see,
Bro, there's kids that are 4 year olds that they have their own iPad. Like kids are
four.
attached
Oh yeah,
iPads.
Some kids are one and they know how to do a password on an iPad, and
yeah,
that's
Yeah,
why I'm
and you
like,
know what? They're
you go
like
to a restaurant, you'll see the parent just give the tablet for 2 hours, and the kid's like this.
yeah, it's to shut
Or
up. They're like, oh, I don't feel like entertaining my kid. Let me just give them
let
an
me know how
iPad.
this is normal.
It's so crazy.
When did you guys get your first pair of glasses? I got mine like at like 7, 8. But you have kids that are
Glasses?
like 2 years old that have like glasses
You're right, and they're blind.
because
You're
that's
right.
in front of the screen all the
Because of the
time.
screen. And imagine like
uh,
imagine how horrible their sleep is because apparently blue light like strains your eyes
yeah,
so
it
much
fucks
that
your
like
sleep.
you can't
Yeah,
properly have deep sleep.
Yeah,
Imagine like how fucked you become after like your whole entire life. Like I mean us we're kind of fucked now, but like at least our childhood
no,
and our development years we didn't have that. Like it's just like weird to see how much has changed since like how we grew up compared to the new generation. It's
yeah,
crazy.
scary
It's fucked
times,
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
but those
scary
kids
times.
who are growing up with the technology like that, they're gonna be so comfortable with it that it's gonna be a lot of them that are gonna become millionaires, but there's also gonna be a
Yes.
lot of them
Facts.
that are gonna go the other way. And
Yo,
it's
but we live in such an antisocial like society right now. Imagine like later on
bro,
how it's gonna be.
Guys, it's
And
gonna be
that's
people
what's
in
scary.
it's gonna be like Sims basically. Like everyone's gonna have an online portfolio and
Oh
just
yeah.
talk on
Oh
like
yeah.
and that's already a
yeah, that's
reality in a
what's
way.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
That's what's
even
coming.
me, like I meet people through social media, but it's like I'm not actually meeting them,
yeah.
you know? It's crazy. Like it's just weird because that's
You
literally
know,
like where we're headed.
Damn, we're
and like, I
fucked.
don't want to be like stereotypical, but you know that like that guy who lives with his mom's downstairs, etc. Some people
Mm,
are gonna have millions of dollars in the meta world, and if you look at that real life, they won't have anything to show for them. So I think a lot of
oh
Yeah.
people,
yeah,
like Sasha said, especially if you think of the game Sims. You know, I remember when I was young, my guy was like 6'2", chest up here,
let's go.
six pack. You know, like you made your guy the most buff guy,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
if you cheated, you had the cheat code for money, and you had the best car, etc. A lot of people who aren't happy with their life are gonna resort to the metaverse to be able to fulfill or feel some type of like fulfillment.
No, but you know what's crazy? Like already on social media, so much of what we see is not actually the reality of what it is. Everything is
Speak on
angles.
it.
Guys, if you see how Facetune
Could we talk
works,
about like Catfish, please?
guys,
Because that right
if
there,
you
bro.
see how Facetune works, I used to use Facetune to like edit my foodie pictures when I had a foodie Instagram and like to like edit out crumbs or something, you know, to make it look nice. And I realized like the amount of shit that you can do, like you can literally like it's just like it's crazy what you can do. So like it just goes to show that and it's not only girls doing this too, by the way. Like there's guys doing this shit too. And no, I'm telling you, all of the Insta baddies, the guys too, like a lot of what we see is not real.
Wow.
And so it's like people are already creating fake versions, better versions of themselves
Yeah,
with like they're taking a picture of themselves and they're amplifying it 10 times. And
that's
it's
true.
like so it's like we already are living in the Sims basically.
Damn, you're
Pretty
right.
much.
It's true.
You
You
know,
already
any
have an
dating advice for
online
somebody
avatar.
who meets somebody
We already have
online?
an online avatar. How many people do you meet and they look prettier in person than in pictures? It's so rare. Like it's like one person in the room, you know?
That's
The
facts, though.
rest of
That's facts.
them look ugly. You're like, holy shit, this
Yeah,
person.
Yo,
yeah.
shit.
Yo, I tell
Are we
Sasha all
going
the
down?
time, like, yo, I'm catfishing these
Me
Story
too.
time,
people.
I'm a
story time, story time,
catfish.
story
I'm a
time,
I'm
catfish
story
too,
catfishing
time,
bro.
these people, bro.
story time. Yo, my new trick or my trick back in the day was when I met a girl online like at IG, I'd be like, yo, let's FaceTime.
Yeah, facts.
Let's FaceTime.
Uh,
Yo, like I'm calling out the randomest hour. You have no choice to pick up.
shit.
Yeah, call them like
Like
at,
I'm not
at
even
like
gonna give you time to
11
get ready.
p.m. after they've
Yeah,
gone to
I'd be
bed, you
like,
know?
call me. And she says no, I ciao. You know
The
that's the trick. Because I'm
Facts.
not saying every girl's like this, but I'll speak personally for myself. Like one of my criteria is like, yo, you need to have the same face with makeup or without makeup. If you have two
Yeah.
mm,
different faces, for me it's troubling. Yeah, I'm not saying you
I'm
can't wear
dying.
makeup, but sometimes you'll see, like Sasha said, especially with social media. Shout out to these makeup artists like giving
Yeah.
advice on YouTube to make money. But you'll see some people who have like two different noses with makeup and without makeup.
Yeah,
So
the
oh yeah,
transformations are fucking crazy. Like it's
yeah, yeah.
insane. And like I think makeup is okay to like I guess it's okay, but like it's like once you start editing pictures and you do it so excessively, like I think that's when it becomes an actual problem.
you know,
Because like at least the makeup, like people are gonna actually see you in real life with that makeup on, and that's what they're actually physically seeing. But then the moment that like everything that someone sees of you online is not actually how it appears. And the worst is when like fitness people do this, because a lot of fitness people do this, and then it makes it so like depressing for imagine like a young girl looking at someone and thinking like, oh my god, this is what I'm gonna be, or like whatever. But it's
oh,
literally fake, guys. It's not even
so those
attainable
booty
because
pics I
it's
pick.
fake. Not
The
all of them, but a lot of the time it's angles. Even all of us, if you go into
yeah,
like
no, no,
a
100%. We're all doing this too, because you
yeah,
can't.
like
I,
of course you're gonna post your picture of your best angle, you know, but it,
yeah,
like, and that's what we're all doing, all of us are doing it, but it's like sometimes we fail to remember that that's the person's best angle, and that we're also
Yeah,
like
facts.
we're all doing the same thing, and that it's like I don't know, it's just like once you start comparing yourself, and like imagine what young girls in this generation, like our society is so fucked, because like what like I don't know how, because imagine like I'm trying to picture
bro. I
myself 10 years ago. If I was living in this generation, I would go crazy. Like I would
last
actually be depressed and kill myself.
last Friday, I went out and I saw this girl. I had never seen her in person, but I knew about her because she has a big IG following. So she's like over 1 million followers on IG. And
Montreal.
yeah, Montreal. Yeah, I don't want to say a name because what
Yeah.
I'm about to say is not like the nicest thing, but like it's not mean
You gotta
either.
go,
But it's
guys.
just like she didn't look as good as in the pictures in real life. But she's popping. Like she made it, bro. She
so
has over
so
a
so
million
the
followers.
rating went down how many points?
Not it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like she was horrible, but it was like it wasn't what I was expecting. Like there was a clear difference between pictures and her face. And I find her
Shit.
pictures like really I find her really good looking, but then in real life I was like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
different, like it's a bit
You know,
different."
Maz is gonna go on IG later, try to figure that shit out, bro.
I'll tell you after. I'll tell you who it is
I
after.
bet.
Yeah.
Yo, let me know if you guys want Patreon to find out the name.
Damn. Yo, we need to get us, bro. Yeah, we're going in subscribers still. We're almost at 30 subscribers. Let's
Facts.
go.
Yo,
No, but our
keep
society is
dropping
so
them
fucked.
gems.
Like our society is so fucked.
Yo, are
Like
we gonna talk about alcohol and how
yeah,
how
that's what I was gonna talk about next, because like not only
Ooh,
is our
guys.
society fucked in that way, but like they're just the things that are like so normalized. You guys were saying how like people are like really sensitive now and everything too. Like that's fucked up too for the generation, because like no one can say anything positive anymore. I swear. Like I keep seeing these trends of like, oh, um like unhealthy foods are not actually bad foods, like you shouldn't classify them as bad foods because it's like not healthy to do
yo
that, but
these
it's like guys, fried
oh
food is bad, it's horrible for you. It is
Ooh, I
bad,
want
you're
to say
allowed to say that it's
something.
bad
yeah, me too. I was gonna say something that was like
I want to
now.
say something, but I don't know if I'm gonna get canceled. But fuck it,
We'll
I'm gonna
see.
get canceled
Oh, oh no.
because whenever we got this conversation that's saying that diabetes is acceptable, I'm not saying that you can be a healthy weight. I'm not saying you can eat your food that you want, but sometimes we need to. And we talked about the nutritional episode. I think it was like episode 4 or 3,
yeah.
actually episode 7. But sometimes we were searching the culture, like Sasha said, that we can't say to people like the actual truths, and like if you're not a doctor, you legit can't speak. And
Mm.
sometimes it's like you don't say it to be malicious. Sometimes you don't say it for to feel superior, but sometimes we are sacrificing people's health just for global acceptance. And I think that is a
That's true.
conversation that needs to be had because it's like Sasha said, we can't say that fried food is acceptable and have people suffering diabetes, and then afterwards we say we don't have any services for healthcare, etc., because it's all going towards people who could have had the situation avoided with proper information. Also,
Yeah, and these people that are lying to to their friends or whatever online and saying, "Oh, you're beautiful." Like, yeah, okay, cool, you're beautiful, but you're unhealthy. Like, there's a difference between being beautiful. No, wait, I'm serious. There's a difference, no? Like, you can have a
yeah,
beautiful
I'm
face.
with
I'm
you.
out.
I
I'm
agree
not
with you.
joking. I'm
I
joking.
agree with you,
No,
but
but bro, there's a
I
difference
think
between
you say
health.
No, but
Yo,
I think beautiful
it's
is like it
unhealthy.
depends on what you believe and everything, but like I agree it is unhealthy, and I think that
no.
the
You can
fact
say it's beautiful, but you can say unhealthy too,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
said.
and
It's
facts,
that's
cool.
facts.
that's
Okay,
the
cool. You're
underlining.
beautiful. You have a nice face,
Yeah,
but you are not in a healthy like place.
yeah.
And the people are just saying like encouraging people to do unhealthy things. And it's the same with alcohol. Like,
I think it's like people can live their own life and everything and like do what you want, but
oh
to
yeah,
me
yeah.
sometimes it's just like being surrounded by like so much of this like I don't
It's
even know
fake.
how to
It's like
it's
Yeah,
just
fake,
it's
like
fake. It's fake. Yeah.
fake praise
I'm
for
just like no, but sometimes it makes me feel like, oh, it's okay to do these like things that don't make me feel good and everything. And I'm
yeah.
encouraged to like, and that like it's not even about another person. I don't care. Like in general, like I think everyone deserves to live their lives.
Mm.
You can do whatever you want, but like for me to say like I don't want to eat this because it's unhealthy or whatever, and for people to be like questioning you, acting like you're trying to act like you're better than them, or saying that it's
Ooh.
unhealthy for me to say that fried food is bad, or like just like there's so like I don't even know how like what this is, like what is going on in the
Guys,
world. But
it's to the point that you
it
get
makes
judged
like
if you order salad.
Oh
yeah,
Like
and
yeah,
one is
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. But
eating
you've been
healthy, or
judged.
like if you get a smoothie, people get think, oh, you bougie.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
yeah, and
one
it's
is
just
this
like
like shift
Yo, what the
starts.
fuck is
that's what I'm trying
happening?
to understand. Like I'm not even trying to be a hater. I'm never coming at anyone with
Health
hate.
is
I'm
wealth.
always
No more
coming
beef.
with
Yo, health
love.
is wealth.
I'm
Like,
always coming with love. I just want to know why, like, what happened to the world that, like, us trying to do good and like be to feel good and to be good and whatever has become bad. What the fuck is going on, guys? Like, that's
I
not
think
normal
people
No
to me.
are
one.
subconsciously either very unhappy or miserable. There's a problem. There's definitely a problem there,
Mm-hmm.
and society as a whole is hurting. A lot of people are depressed. A lot of people
Yeah.
are
There
not
you go.
content with their lives, and I don't know. Like, are people actually unaware that it's unhealthy? Like, that's what I'm
No,
wondering.
they
Or do
have
they
to be because
know? Like,
if Steve Jobs died because of
yeah,
the rich, like one of the richest people in the world died because of health
yeah,
issues.
yeah.
For me, who has not even 1% of what of the wealth he had, why the hell would I not put myself in the best position to be healthy? And yes, some of these things are genetic. Yes, it is possible, but especially if it is genetic, trying to do the most you can to accommodate that. But I think sometimes with such a like you said, I think a lot of people are eating their emotions. Also, I think that's the issue. We have
Mm,
like compulsive eating because it's not normal
Sasha,
that you have
Sasha,
because
Sasha.
at the end of the day, like we're not supposed to be able to like eat just because we feel sad. And like best believe,
That's facts.
No,
I'm
but you
that
know
dude
what?
that used to have the munchies for random reasons, but it was because I was stressed. It's not normal that I go upstairs at 2 a.m. cook up a storm in the kitchen because I'm like feeling stressed or I'm
Mm.
feeling
Yeah,
anxious. Sometimes like you have to find better solutions to cope with your reality instead of feeling your soul through foods
yeah.
and just being a slave of your emotions and the food that you eat.
But also
Facts.
like it's just like it not only is it like sometimes people are like emotional eating and stuff because like there's this whole debate online like I keep seeing like like binge eating disorder and da da da, but literally like this is what I believe, maybe people will disagree, but it's literally it comes down to being a food addiction. We are all
Yeah,
addicted to fast food, we are all
Mm-hmm.
addicted to all of this shit that is horrible for us. And so many people want to be like I do agree that to some extent there are people that eat emotionally, but in general I think most of the time it's just because we're addicted to the actual food, but I think
yeah,
it goes
it's a
hand in
drug.
hand like
Yeah, the feeling you get of
yeah,
The feeling, there you
because you
go.
get
And
dopamine, you it every time you eat something,
shout
and
to
you know
alcohol too.
Yes, we'll get
That's
to
it.
alcohol. We will get to alcohol, but it's
Yo,
like the labs, they specifically make food to taste so good that our brains, like, to reach this point in our brain where like we get these crazy dopamine hits. And like
Yeah,
they actually study, like food companies study this because they want us to be addicted to their garbage, and they want to make money. The food industry is not in our favor. It's to make
hundred
profit. So
percent.
I'm allowed to say that fried food and all of this shit is unhealthy because it's not made to be healthy. It's made to profit from us. So yeah.
You know, and
and
like
anyone
another
who's
the
gonna
most
try,
like
I was
yeah,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
anyone who's trying to argue with that, like, just never argue back with them because
Yeah,
there's
you
no
know,
point in arguing a fact. Like,
100%. You
Yeah.
know, and like I'm not the most religious person also, but if you look at people who follow the religion of Islam, if you look at the way they eat
yeah.
and rituals, etc., they have the most or the healthiest diets. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
seen,
yeah. Yeah.
from my experience, I haven't seen one fat Islam person.
Wait, what? No, there are no. There's fat Islam
Like, like,
people.
like, 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 like
Oh,
I'm not talking about
but
like,
the people that practice. Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
that practice.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because they treat their body like a temple.
But
Like,
that's what I'm saying, like a temple. You know, like
yeah,
they eat a specific regimen, they
yeah.
fast, etc. I'm not saying that you have to practice their religion, etc. But if you look at their history over time and look how they treated foods back then and today, it's the same way.
That's
And
facts.
they have a specific diet or specific regimen they follow, and it hasn't been, we'll say, tarnished with the big corpse, etc., and all
Mm-hmm.
the fasting that's happening or the fast food that's happening also. So I think that something has to be taken note of that because, like Sasha said, at the end of the day, everything's marketing. Everything's marketing. There's a reason why McDonald's uses red in their fries
Yeah, bro. I
and yellow.
remember
You know,
learning
like
that.
if you understand the psychology of lighting and psychology of
Yeah,
colors,
the
you'll
colors.
understand like a lot of things are starting to make sense. And there's a
Yeah,
reason why they put chocolate bars near the cash register.
And
facts.
chips, bro. Chips and
So
chocolate.
I
Like,
think
fuck
even though in no way
off.
it's like a market major, go understand the
Mm.
psychology of
Just
food, psychology of colors, psychology of lighting, and also understand why stores have a specific floor plan for you to walk in. There's a reason why Walmart you walk in, there's a chocolate right next to you,
oh
and when you
yeah,
leave,
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
chocolate right
It's
next to you,
all
and there's a
calculated.
McDonald's.
And just to
Yeah,
give
it's all
people an
calculated.
example, like the color red promotes appetite. So people, it's scientifically proven that the color red increases appetite. Um, I don't know, I can't explain why, but that is the fact. And so that's what we're
But
talking about here.
but that's why meat is red. Meat's not naturally red.
Mm,
What?
Meat is gray.
yeah, meat is gray.
Yeah,
What do you
meat is
mean?
gray. If meat at its purest form is gray. If you
Bro, what are
inject
you
that shit with
talking
a bunch
about?
of like
What are
if
you
you have
talking
like a
about?
beef,
Yeah, I guess you're
it's
right.
not
But is that,
naturally.
wait, they'd like infuse blood into it?
I don't have the whole process. I'm not a farmer, but essentially the way it works is that when oxygen goes
So lost.
into your, let's say if you cut your hand, it'll be red.
Mm.
But after a while, you'll see it'll just become light pink, and then like it'll take a natural form of like your skin tone.
Yeah.
So ever like cut a piece of meat and then like cook it halfway, you'll see it becomes like gray.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
People think it's the blood. It is the blood that's leaving, but it's all the shit that's injected in there that comes out too.
That's so scary.
So and like I don't know if you guys saw like these cows that were like magically passed away. Like it's not
Is it the Fairlife thing? Like there's a company called Fairlife and there was this whole like thing exposed how they mistreat
I didn't
cows.
see what happened.
I
no,
don't,
but at the end of the day, I'll say this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Go look at how many farms or how many plane crashes happened on farms recently.
really?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
What the fuck?
yeah, yeah,
Wait, no, no,
yeah.
wait. So wouldn't that be more as a security measure to crash your plane on a farm instead of out like in the city or something?
Then I say, is a food crisis coming?
Damn, yo, I don't know about these conspiracy theories.
I'm just saying, do what you want with that information. And I
uh,
said, go Google who owns the most farmland.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
And whoever had the Costco membership, go to
I
the
need one.
fruits and vegetable aisle and look
Mm.
at the size of those avocados and those oranges. and tell me
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
not
regular
normal.
size.
That's not
Oh yeah,
normal.
that's yeah.
Even cucumbers, if you've grown your own cucumbers, tomatoes,
Yeah,
whatever, they're like
Yeah,
tiny. They're little.
strawberries.
They're
Strawberries are.
babies. Yeah, strawberries are
yeah.
tiny and like raspberries are tiny.
Yeah,
The shit we buy in the grocery store is
yeah. It's
fucked,
like
bro.
on
Like it's actually
steroids.
fucked.
Yeah,
Steroids.
It's not like it's just not
even
normal.
corn.
And guys, so
So
like
at the end of the day,
everyone knows this. Like I think everyone is well aware, right? That the government is like kind of fucked up.
I don't think they want to know.
But it's so hard to change your ways when everyone is living this way. The whole
Yeah,
society is living in one way. And yeah, how can you change when no one's willing to change with you? It's so hard. Yeah. Yeah.
caption, caption,
Yeah.
caption. Oh, caption.
Yo,
Because legit, that's a fact. And sometimes you have. I'm not. And again, I am not the guy that's gonna say aliens exist, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, there's too much of a pattern for me not to pay attention. And like I don't know if you guys saw the reel I posted last week of like the water crisis that's going on, of like all the landfill that's like in the ocean, etc.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Where the fuck is this gonna come from afterwards?
Yeah, for
Like
real.
where's drinking water gonna come from?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for where drinking
Me
water is
neither.
gonna come from.
Me neither.
Tap water is not gonna be good enough, and it's like especially in Brazil. Or remember when like a couple years ago on the news, like oh you have to clean your boil your water before you use it or you cook with it, etc.
Mm.
We might get to a point where that becomes like a regular day. And your water's gonna become brown for you to wash your
Oh.
hands.
Oh. That's disgusting.
Shit.
So that's why you gotta get your money up so you don't find yourself in these tough situations
For
because
reals.
the way it's gonna hit the people in lower income communities, and then at the end of the day, it's gonna slowly come up, and that it might not even reach the top 1% because all the resources is gonna stay for them. So you just gotta go back in history to look to see exactly what happens when people don't have any resources left.
Oh no. Yeah, that's gonna be some fucked up
Yeah, go
time.
study
Yeah,
the Egyptians and
We
see
need
what
Elon
happens.
Musk to fix this for us, man. We're
Yeah.
not. No,
Yo,
yeah,
even his ass too. He gonna bring all the rich people on Mars and leave us. I
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
promise
literally
you.
what they're gonna do.
I
They're out.
promise you.
They're leaving us.
Because when somebody says an idea, it's because they're working on it. It's not because oh it might happen.
Yeah.
And okay, I'll say this for Patreon episodes because
Duh.
they gonna come for me, right?
Oh
But
my
I'll say
god.
this: the same way that you have a camera that has a chip and you're able to carry a chip,
Yeah.
pay attention to those conversations where we're gonna be able to have just psyche on a chip and you're just able to put down the robot.
Yo, Charl, you're
Because
in too deep.
if you have your brain on the robot, then you don't have to eat, you don't have to shit, you don't have to do anything, and you have the same facial features as your normal self.
Yeah, I guess that would be very convenient. Oh my god.
Shout to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, we
Hey,
need the asteroids.
did you hear they're gonna start giving out Amazon shipments or like Amazon deliveries with drones, I think in
With
California?
drones.
Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
about that time.
Oh,
Like
is
the
it
world
actually
About
getting
that
rolled
time.
out now?
apparently it's approved in like one
Yeah,
city
they're
in
gonna do a beta
California.
test in
They're
California.
Oh
gonna
yeah.
test it out, yeah. And it's like like how I don't know, that's just crazy to me. Like that just sounds crazy, but like that's actually I feel like the reality of what we're gonna see in the future, you know?
Yeah, but at
That's
the end of
fucked
the
up.
day, we saw it a couple years ago. Remember when like the cashless registered first came out? Everybody
Mm-hmm.
was so pissed. How dare they? These are
The
quality
self-serve.
jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, 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 ah. It made the news for
I
2
love
weeks,
self-serve. I love self-serve.
and then it became so normalized, and now it's
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single store.
Now everyone has it, yeah.
Uber. Remember when it came to Montreal? How dare they? People
Yeah.
work hard. Yeah, yeah,
Facts.
yeah, yeah. Then you have government officials using Uber. So at the
Yep.
end of the day, it's going to be to a point. Call centers. If you call RBC right now, you don't have to talk to someone. It's the automated system that does everything for you
Yeah.
until they have to confirm information.
That's just
So
annoying as
like,
fuck though.
I fucking
Google,
hate it.
anybody in marketing, anybody with a marketing degree, I'm sorry to break it to you. You will be soon able to do all your marketing through Google. Because Google owns YouTube and all the analytics is gonna be able for you to put your ads everywhere. So if you're a small
Jeez.
company, what the hell would you hire somebody for $45,000 where you could just pay a subscription for
Yeah,
20K,
for
and
real.
Google does your marketing for you, gives you reports
Because
weekly.
everyone's on the internet, like everyone
Yeah,
knows.
accountants. If you don't have a CPA, it's gonna be tough because a lot of these programs are gonna be able to do your accounting for you.
Oh yeah,
Might
you
take
can
you like
There's
already
already
do
a
you
lot
can
of
already
programs
do
that
like
help you with
yeah,
taxes
accounting.
but
and stuff.
exactly. But we're not at the point yet where somebody could
No,
like
no.
stamp it, say, and send it off.
Yeah.
Once somebody figures
Yeah,
that point out, what would you need an accountant for?
facts.
Because
Technology
legit, the
will
accountant just plugs in your numbers.
Yeah.
Honestly, if
technology
you have a
always
CPA,
wins.
that's a different thing. But if you're a standardized like accountant, you know, have these programs do the same work you do.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Facts, facts,
So
facts.
people have to be mindful. Like I know we'll get to alcohol conversation, but if you're not looking at the degree that's
Yeah, we
either
gotta
in
wait
science,
for me.
technology, math,
I forgot.
and engineering, like you better be for sure you have another side hustle, or two, or three, or four, or five, to be able to withstand what's happening.
Yeah, the
And
direction that our world is going in is
yeah, and I'll say this:
a little scary.
every time we have a global catastrophe, like if something big happens, we go like 8 times faster than what the normal trajectory was. Like if you look like 2008, there wasn't any big social media apps. After 2008, all of these big social media apps came. Now, what you're gonna see is that we might lose a lot of jobs just through automation, etc.
Mm.
And like
Oh yeah.
we've already seen it. So
Yeah, that
for sure it's gonna keep going.
So stop spending your money at the club drinking alcohol when you should be investing your money.
let's go.
Facts. Yeah,
Nah, I'm
guys.
tired of this shit, bro. And I was
Uh,
guilty too. I was guilty, but
Me
sometimes you have to learn
too.
from your mistakes and try to help people make educated decisions. Because if I had the money I spent on alcohol in my pockets right now, yo,
Me too.
I'll just tell people to buy a couple of coins of Bitcoin easily.
Literally. No, like me, I had a good year of like turning up and like it was when I turned 18, I was like, oh my God, I can go clubbing. But then after that, I was like, I got over it pretty quickly. Because honestly, like alcohol is overrated as fuck. Like I'm gonna say it. Everyone hates on me when I say this and they get mad, but alcohol is like, I just don't get it. I don't get the hype. I hate how normalized it is. And yeah, I don't get why it's like something that is so popular in our culture. And who the hell made it? Like who made alcohol this popular in our culture in the first place?
The government,
No, but historically alcohol has been in
Yeah,
our
it's true.
societies.
It's true.
So,
the government.
but yeah,
Because
this
like
weekend,
I agree, you could eat and have a glass of wine, drink. That's a
that's
vibe.
it. That's it. Yeah.
But the way that it's become so accessible anywhere, anytime, and
Yeah.
like shout to people like White Claw, holla at your boy. But at the end of the day, and like there's this drink that gives you wings and it's super bad for you, but at the same time, to the way it's so accessible right now is not normal. You have people dying because they mix alcohol with this certain type of drink,
Mm.
and it's so accessible. Right?
Oof.
Remember for locals?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I almost died. I literally have almost died
Thank you,
because of
That
Four
got
thank
Loko.
you. How
shut
many
down.
people almost died? And somebody did die. That's why they took it off the shelves.
Oh yeah.
That's
But
fuck.
you see, it wasn't big enough to not be able to be sold other places, and that's where
Right.
is the issue because people legit like anytime you feel sad, anytime you feel like depressed. Like I remember like going out on like the weekend. Like if Sunday came by and I still had money left on my paycheck, I'd be like, yo, wow, I ain't spend enough. I'd be surprised if I had any money
Who is
left.
this Charl, bro? I never met
Yeah,
that.
for
Yo, that was
real.
that was before the wisdom investor. I'm telling you, that was like that was
And
irresponsible, Charles. And like sometimes when you have a heartbreak, you don't make wise decisions.
Ah,
So that
okay,
was
okay,
mm,
okay.
makes
this period
sense.
in my life where I was on I want to be on my own pimp shit. So for me, it was a lot of bad decisions. And sometimes when I'll say this, one of the worst things you could do is trying to make an emotional purchase.
That's true.
That for me, right
No,
there
but I
is
think like you're right. I think alcohol is used really to like suppress, maybe not suppress people's emotions, but yeah, I guess so. Like it's just like
100%. You
it's
drink
just
to
the
forget your
way.
problems.
Yeah,
That's it.
and to me that's just like that's fucking depressing.
Yeah. So
Because like,
people are working jobs they hate right now, and Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends they go out, they drink,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bro. Like I don't know.
yeah, and
I
then they
don't know how
repeat.
people do it.
and then repeat all over again. And for me, it had been so long since I drank. I went out this weekend. I drank um on, was it Friday and Saturday night. So I haven't done that back to back drinking in probably before COVID, like all of that. So it's been a really long
Mm-hmm.
time. My body did not handle that shit. Like it's been a long time. So yeah, my tolerance was so bad.
Yo,
And
no lie, facts.
yeah, and bro, I felt like shit. Like I only recovered today. Like I feel better today, which is 4 days later.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'm really thinking of like stopping alcohol. Like you never want to say quit because then people are gonna be like, oh, he's quitting
Oh,
alcohol.
you're
He
an
thinks he's
alcohol
better. Yeah,
alcohol.
yeah. I've never been alcoholic. Like it's not even like that. But on the rare occasion where I do drink, I feel like shit afterwards.
yeah,
Same.
So yeah, I don't even want to take that one time of a drink because it fucks everything up. Like
yeah.
it
You know,
fucks
and
my
I just think that I just think people need to have their priorities in order. You know, like I'm that dude that like, I love wine. I'll drink a glass of wine with anything. I'll drink when I smoke a cigar, etc. Like I'm just on a different type of vibe. But I think that, like Chris said, for me, I was very in a cycle, especially university, where it's like, okay, well, you finish your semester, okay, let's go party. Meanwhile,
mm,
I'm a broke college student that has no money. Meanwhile, I'm a broke university student who still has no money. And it wasn't
yeah
until like, I'll say like 2021 until like I really got like, when did COVID start? So no, sorry,
2020.
2018. I really got my shit in 2018. And it's like once you really have like gold in place that like takes substantial money, then you realize how much money you're spending on the club because the same bottle you buy at the stack for $50 is not supposed to
Yeah,
cost you
that's the
250
biggest scam in the world.
at the
facts.
club. And that shout out to my bottle service ladies. But sometimes some of these ladies had a established price already, and sometimes like you would leave the club and like I think about it, I'm like, yo, Apple is cheap today. But if my ass did not spend money at the club, I would have had like probably 100 shares of
Oh,
Apple.
for sure, all of
Oh
us.
yeah,
Minimum.
oh yeah,
You know? So that's why
yeah,
I'm like, fam, like who the like I wish sometimes like I had like a older cousin or older brother that was just like, yo, do this, do that. But when you're trying to be that
yeah.
person for somebody else because you made those mistakes, you spend that money incorrectly, they'll look at you like, well, you think you're better than me.
Facts, facts. And
Yeah, and a
bro,
lot of it, yeah, a lot of it comes from that.
drugs, drugs are basically just you taking a loan from your future self. So
Uh,
in the moment you feel like happy as fuck, yeah. But then the next day you pay for it, and you're just borrowing
Yeah.
from your future self. And Sasha, say your line that you keep saying to me, like you've been saying it all week. You've been saying, what was it? Oh, she's frozen. Damn, technical
Damn, they
issues.
got Sasha, bro.
They got her.
They got Sasha, bro.
Damn. So she's been saying basically, what's the line she's been saying? Oh wait, yo, okay, you're back. You
Are you
want to say
back?
it?
guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on, but yeah, bro, I've been
No,
preaching
good.
this
Zoom.
on my
No, it's
stories.
fine. Go, go.
I've been talking shit and preaching on my stories. Not even talking shit, but I just don't get it. But yeah, basically basically it's a quote that says like alcohol is the only drug that people will question you why you're not using it. And that's the
Ooh,
line. That's the line that's what you guys were talking about, right?
ooh,
Yeah, that's a
Because honestly,
oh
I didn't hear
shit.
anything
factual.
you guys just said, to be quite honest. But that I'm assuming that's what you were referring to.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
and it's true, it makes you think a lot because like
Damn.
everyone's like, oh, why are they doing coke and da da da. And I'm not maybe I'm not comparing coke to alcohol, but at the same time, alcohol is so bad for you. And like
yeah. It's
we're like
trash.
it's so normalized in our society
Yo.
that it's okay to, and I'm not saying it's like the worst thing in the world. Everything is okay in moderation. Everything in the entire world is okay in moderation. But it's like just the fact that it's so normalized to the point that if I say I don't want to drink today, everyone's like, oh my God, what the hell happened? Are you okay? Da da da. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I'm trying to take care of my body and like I'm getting a negative response from that. And to me, that's
Yeah.
like such a twisted way of thinking. And I don't blame people for thinking that way because of how normalized it is in our society. So I don't know, but it
You see
always
how effed
bothers
it
me.
is? It's like sometimes like I don't know if you guys saw the movie like Wolf of Wall Street when it's like people do cocaine
Yeah.
and they're like suited and booted. Like sometimes like especially being like in financial services and like working downtown and being like with people who are like analysts, etc. You'll see people have a presentation to do for a big corporation and then just do drugs or do coke like 20 minutes before they have to do a big presentation, and it's it's accepted like
Mm.
throughout the industry, and that's why it gets to a point like Chris said, like sometimes you could be a addict, but it could also be your environment that's keeping you an addict, and that's why you have to evaluate the people you're around, but also evaluate who is there with you when you're putting your body in a worse position. Because that's for me, like I had to make that separation to say, okay, well, if we go out, let's not do this, let's not go drink. But if you have a group of people that always needs to drink every time they go out, sometimes you just have to disassociate yourself from that. Because at the end, I'm not saying that drinking is is the worst thing you could do. Like Sasha said, anything in small doses is acceptable. But sometimes there's more to life than just going to a club and just drinking, etc.
Bro, if you take yourself outside of the box that everyone's in and you just look at what's happening, everyone's quiet on the weekdays, like there's nothing happening on the weekdays, and then on the weekends everyone's stories are bumping, everyone's out, everyone's drinking, everyone's turning up. And what is happening, like if you're content with your life, that's not the way you would live your life. Like if you have ambition, if you have goals, if you have things to look forward to, you're not doing that. Like it,
Yeah,
that's like and a lot of these people, maybe it's just a phase. Eventually you'll look back at this period in your life, because I've had this period, everyone's had this
Yeah, I
period.
think we all have.
You look back at your
yeah.
life and you're like, okay, I was literally doing nothing. Like I was working and then partying and working and partying and working and
Bro,
partying over
your
and over
job
and
funding
over again.
your addiction.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
And
like a
Like
life of
legit for
highs
me,
and lows. Like you're
yeah,
constantly
it's just
going.
literally highs
guys,
and
the
lows.
paycheck will come in on Friday. Friday night, I have to spend the money.
And
Like I pay
it's
my bills, I'm like, okay, how much do I have to spend? Then you get bottle service, etc. And sometimes it's like, and like this is a question for like especially people like who get bottle service is like, is that 15 minutes or like that 5 minutes of everybody looking at your table with the girls dancing, etc. worth you spending over $3,000, $5,000, $6,000, sometimes even over 10K at a bar, at a club, where collectively you could put that money together and buy some assets.
yeah,
And those are the types of questions you have to ask yourself to see, like I said, if those are your goals, even better. But if you're okay with doing that, more power to you. But at least for me, and I think I can speak for everybody else, so specifically talking to people who aren't content with where they are right now and move towards alcohol for an escape.
yeah. It's kind of like school when you think about it. We'd go to school Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends you'd play video games, you'd go outside, like you'd try to take advantage of the weekend as much as
Yeah.
possible before having to go back Monday through Friday. And yeah, if you have like projects and some things to look forward to, then going out on weekends doesn't feel like a necessity. Like for me in the past year, I haven't had the felt the need on weekends to go out, because I don't know, it's like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's because I'm in a
Yeah,
relationship. I
but
don't know what it is, but
I think we've all been, especially during like the pandemic when things started opening back up. Guys, I was too busy working my own things on a Friday, Saturday to be able to go out.
that's
And
it.
sometimes for
That's it.
me, I was such in a zone where I'm like anything that's outside could wait. Like for me, like my only goal was like to focus on my task at
Yeah,
hand and like
laser focus.
advancing what I had in place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
And
like
now,
sometimes like for me it's like bigger. What drink at a club where you can own the club? That's how I think.
jeez.
Like for me, like I like wine, I like eating at a restaurant, etc. And like once in a while, I'm that dude that have a celebratory drink, etc. But I think sometimes it's to the point where we need to have a conversation of people having like coping mechanisms that are actually healthy. Because
Mm.
like if
Yeah.
you look at alcohol, if you look at like pornography stuff, right, they're like such industries that are so dominant that it's so acceptable. But we don't have conversations to say this is addictive for you. Here's another way for you to be able to deal with what you're dealing. Because like it's good that we talk about alcohol, etc. But we don't. I don't have a solution for people who have or who feel the need to have an escape from the 9 to 5. And that's where I think we have to have a bigger conversation to find like solutions for people to be able to like actually implement certain things and at least try to take control back of their life. Because if, like you said, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you look at your life and be like, shit, I spent it 20K. And if we all add our bills from clubs, that and
Mm.
it's not even just drinking, it's the Uber, it's the outfit, it's the food, is the phone numbers, all this time wasted and money wasted just for you to have, let's say, 4 hours of fun and for you to feel like shit the next day. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think what it comes from, here's my theory about it. Like what all of this comes from is from people not being in control of their own time. And so no one is actually aware until you go through it, until you regain control of your time. This might sound like crazy to you, but I've been saying that you're not inconsistent because you suck or whatever. You might just be inconsistent because you're not in control of your own time. Let's say you had control of your own time, you could schedule your days. You might be going to the gym more consistently. You might be eating well more consistently. You might be, yeah, going out partying, but it would be in the schedule. You would be working on your own things like consistently. So I think like um a lot of what people call inconsistency is just them not being in control of their own time consistently as well. So when and what I mean by consistently is that when you have, let's say, school to go back to or a job to go back to, then that's not consistent. That's not being in control of your time consistently. Because if you have to go back to school, okay, the school for this period is going to fuck my life up. I'm not going to be in control of my schedule. I have a set schedule. I have to work my way around whatever is given to
Mm-hmm.
me. And yeah, so I've been thinking about that a lot recently, how like maybe we're not the issue after all. It's just the system that you've been put
Yeah,
into that.
it's always a system, but I think people have to take like responsibility for their own action. Like, I don't know, when you guys went on vacation, do you guys like actually drink or is it just like
No,
almost like a business trip?
it was no. Did we drink? I don't remember. Maybe we drank like once.
To Europe?
Yeah, did we drink?
No, we didn't drink.
Yeah, I don't remember
Okay.
us drinking. No,
No, we
but
didn't drink in Europe.
Nah, because I think like even like if you talk about it from like a vacation standpoint, like sometimes people like I had this conversation recently, is like people will do the same thing they do in Montreal but just in a foreign country.
mm. Oh, we
So
talked about this today. Me and Sasha, we were like, next vacation, we're gonna bring stuff with us so that we can keep eating as we've been eating. And I don't know. I don't see a vacation as me going to sack all of my routine off and just
yeah, to
eat
like escape. It's not to escape. It's
and
like to
alcohol.
experience a new country and experience new things. But I
Yeah,
still
Yeah,
want to be my same self and eat well and like
like
take
eat
care of
well.
myself.
yeah, and like I think I agree with you guys, and like everything is in a balance too, because like I agree with you guys, and like especially well, depending on which country you go to, I'll say that, like especially if it's a country rich in culture, rich in experiences, rich in food, etc. Those are all things that you like to spend your time with. But sometimes I think that we're so used to going to another country and just spending money to, and I've been guilty. I've been guilty. I've been guilty. I've
Oh
been
yeah,
guilty. So
of
I'm
course.
speaking from experience of going to a country, spending more money over there than you would in your own country, and then coming back broke. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
not a recipe for long-term success. So I think that if you go and drink, or if you go celebrate this and that, make sure that you do your work beforehand, or you have something to celebrate for, where you're able to, where you earned an escape. But
yeah,
if you're coming back to more bills or more problematics, it might not be it might not be a positive return on your investment.
yeah. But you have to like understand that you're escaping. So maybe stop focusing so much on escaping and try to fix whatever it is you're escaping from.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Why are you laughing?
No, just it's funny.
Oh, damn.
That's
Okay.
something that trigger a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, because you're like escape from like
Yo,
it's the thing that
Chris
you're
called out
escaping
everybody, bro.
from. No, but it's
I
true.
don't know, bro.
A lot of people don't wanna acknowledge the fact that it's like that there is something that they're escaping from, you know, a lot of or maybe they don't even realize because we're so taught like we're taught that that's normal to live a life that we want to escape from. We're actually taught that.
Bro, it's
Like you
so
were saying with
normal.
school, with a job, like the system, the way it's set up,
Yeah,
we're trained to be that
but
way. So we don't even realize it sometimes.
you see, I think people accept that because how many times you go on vacation and people live a whole different life on vacation? I'll be a whole different person, you know. Sometimes like,
Mm.
and I can understand that point too, because sometimes it's not everybody who is able to live at peace or live within that purpose. You know, some people are just stuck in, you know, there's just a situation. So like I get that point of view of like, okay, well, I have 2 weeks. Let me go to like a disenfranchised country and live like a king, or at least I'm treated like a king, and I'll do whatever,
Mm.
and then I'll come back to my problems once I get back. Because I think a lot of people, if you take away that vacations, like, and we started during the pandemic, people are just even more like you. I just can't stand people. Like especially like you'll see people come back for vacation, I'll be more at peace. But these last 2 years, especially in Montreal or Quebec, people are just ruining me. They're
Yeah.
just ruining me because they have so much shit going on and they have no escape. Couldn't go to the clubs. It's that you'll be driving, you'll put your signal on, but because they're so irate that they won't even let you give you a yield, etc. So I think that I can't even explain it. It's just like you gotta let them do them so that you can live in peace. Because there's no harmony when people are just like stuck in a cage and can't even like escape for 2 weeks. So I'm like, yo, give them 2 weeks. At least if I do my shit, like I can live a like normal life and like actually excel.
The only reason I feel like talking about it is because I don't know. It's not like I've fully done it yet because there's still a lot of work to do, but I've escaped that cycle. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
only reason why I feel the need to talk about it is because if I did it, I really feel like anyone can do it.
Facts.
100%. And I think that we all relate on this that we have found a higher purpose than just living for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like when you're thinking about what am I doing for the next quarter, for the next year, for the next 5 years, you can't think of what am I doing next weekend. Like for me, it's irrelevant. Like if
Nah.
for me, if it's not bringing me closer to my dreams, or if it's not helping me relax, so I can advance towards my dreams, then it's not worth it. That's how I see it. Legit, like it's either like my weekend now is either to advance or to relax. I have more fuels to advance later on. That's how I see it. That's how I break it down.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
like even for me, like I'll just like bring it full circle because especially for, like for F1, like F1 was a partying weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if it wasn't raining, I'll be partying. But best believe that
Yeah.
for me, I use it like as not motivation, but I'll use it as like what's possible. Because if you look at everybody was dressed to the nines. Everybody's out to the nines, and for some people that's a regular Tuesday. If
Yeah,
you think
it's
about it, like everything that we saw this weekend was a regular Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
and that's the type of shit when you can say, "Damn, bro, I'm not even close to where it's supposed to be." Like there was a private event at Ferrari in Montreal, and I think you have to own a Ferrari to be able to be invited to that event.
I saw that.
um
You know, so it's like conversations are had, meetings are had in places that I don't even know are accessible. And for me,
yeah.
is to be able to find a way to be able to navigate those walls so you can have more contacts, more higher network, and
Yeah.
learn from other people. But you have to use those events or those partying experiences to be able to attract yourself to the right mindset or to similar people who have that mindset. Because sometimes, like we mentioned in the episode, you might be at one of these parties or one of these networking events that you'll reach the person you want to reach, or you'll find a contact that can bring you four steps forward. So
Mm.
if you're on your purpose, use opportunities like restaurants, uh, second sets, etc., to be able to use that as your tool. Not saying you have to be drunk, etc. Get you a Get you a Sprite. It'll look like alcohol.
Mocktail.
And you
Mocktails are
network
so
with people.
popular now. Like I
Ooh,
keep seeing
cocktail.
mocktails. Like they make them
Yo,
for kids, I think, but like I'm gonna start ordering mocktails, I think.
what's
Yo,
your favorite cocktail right now?
Huh?
oh,
Because I got this new cocktail. It is Crown Royal Peach, Sprite, and lemonade. Guys, with ice? Oh, hell no. That right there,
um,
why none?
I don't even drink like that to have a favorite cocktail. What's your favorite cocktail, Sasha?
I don't really have one either, to be quite honest.
So shout out to my Long Island iced tea. That's fire too.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if I had to order something right now, it would be an Aperol spritz or like a rum and coke to keep it simple, you
Yeah,
know?
it's yeah. I don't think I'm gonna quit
Okay,
drinking,
I
but
just thought I was bougie.
I'll take a shot once every like 3 months or something, maybe. It's
Yeah,
just,
like
bro. It's just the after effects that's long. Like I'm not trying to get drunk anymore. That's for
I
sure.
just
I'm not
can't
trying to
believe
get.
people wake up and are okay with feeling that type of feeling.
Yeah,
Like maybe it's
no, I
because
agree
we've
with you
we've
guys.
gone so long without drinking
Being
that
hungover is not the move.
It's
That is
not
not the
it,
move.
and
bro.
guys, you
I'm
know
You
not.
what?
drink,
I'm
Like
too old for that
drink to your
shit.
limit, stop it.
guys, the
Enough for you to have a
fact
buzz and not like go over.
guys, the fact that it's called being hungover, like there's a whole term of it for it. Guys,
Yeah.
we're not hungover. Our bodies are shutting down. Our bodies are like, what the fuck did you just do to me? We're literally putting poison in our bodies and then waking up the next day
Facts.
being like, oh my god, haha, I'm hungover. Bro, your body is literally rejecting what you just consumed. That's why we feel like that. Like some people
We
fail to realize how fucked up it actually is.
You guys want to hear
It's
something fucked up?
crazy.
Hmm.
This used to be my trick. Before going to a club, I used to go eat McDonald's and get something in the burger that makes you not throw up.
Yeah.
So like I used to get mad wasted and not throw up.
I'm
And like just to tell you how
the.
much of foods you eat and the drinks you drink
It's
Yeah.
could
so
just fuck up your system. Like
horrible.
how is it normal that a burger won't make you throw up? Because of all the
Yeah,
chemicals they put
that's
in.
fucked up. There's some toxic shit in there for
You
sure.
know? And like I used to do that for like almost every weekend, but I used to order that junior or McDouble and get cooking.
I'm fucking dead.
No, but that's relatable. Like I used to be really into that lifestyle too. And like it's just I don't know, the longer that you're away from it and the longer that you like stop yourself from doing this often, your body like you it's like you can feel how good your body is actually able to
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
Guys,
And
you
when
think
you
it's
do
because we're in a
drink,
big city?
you're fucked.
You think this
Um.
happens because we're in a big city, or is it just because it's so normalized? Because I think like
No,
being in Montreal,
no. I grew up in
like if you're from Alabama, you have like a case of beer.
oh
But that's the
maybe.
same thing. It's the same thing.
Like
Like,
it's not like you're from like if you're from New York, it's just the culture you go out every night.
yeah.
If
No,
you're
but you
from
know
Miami,
what? Like I grew up off island, like off of Montreal Island in like a small town and like well, until high school basically. So thank God I'm not from there anymore, but basically there would be kids like drinking behind the depths every day. Like
Yeah,
people
I
were
feel like
still
in a small
turning up.
town it would be
Yeah, in a small town it's almost
boring.
worse. Like everyone that I know from that town is like no
Exactly.
offense,
So
but just like not in a good place. No, I'm literally serious. And I'm so glad that
wow.
I made it out of that town. But I don't think it's true. I mean, maybe it depends on the town, but I think in a way, like suburban areas are in a way worse because they have nothing to do. They don't have Old Port. They don't have
Okay, I see what
the
you mean. They
Ferris
just
so
drink
it's
wheels.
for fun.
boring. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
they're
You have
yeah.
to
turning up
you have to
behind
drink.
like depths and alleyways. Oh my God, look at Laval where everyone's chilling in the parking lots, turning up in a parking lot. That's the
Yeah,
same
facts.
kind of thing. I'm not saying I
Yo,
haven't
go
done
back.
that. I'm not saying I
Go
haven't
back.
done that. I've done it a couple like once or twice, but just that there's less things to do when you're not in the city. So in a way, it
Facts.
makes it worse because then everyone's like, okay, fuck it, let's
Yeah.
just get turned in
Let's
a
just
parking
go
lot
get
or
turned.
in a park or something, you know. So I think in a way it's worse.
Damn, bro.
But anyways, man, like you guys
So
can do
so
whatever
hold
you.
on. But what
What?
are some solution for people if like this they listen to the podcast
Oh,
like okay, I recognize that I am spending way too much money. I recognize that I am escaping my problems. But what are some tangible skills or tricks, Chris, that I can learn or that I can
I'm
apply to
just
like
I'm just tired of people like acting like trying to better yourself is a negative thing. We need to stop trying to make people feel bad for trying to better themselves and and it's not even just with alcohol, like it's with anything in life. Like I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's like everyone's saying, oh, positivity, like being overly positive is toxic because it's making everyone feel like like shit. But it's like we all feel like shit, because we're accepting all of these horrible things into our bodies. That's why we feel like shit.
I,
Over. Finish. That's a real. Clip it. Send it over. Nah.
Oh my god.
Summarize the whole episode because that
I,
right there, I think, is the biggest issue.
I was gonna say, like people can do whatever they want at the end of the day. Like, or
Yeah.
there's no advice I can give you that's gonna. Hopefully, you can like this. These conversations will enlighten a few people, but overall, a lot of people will still continue doing what they've been doing until they figure it out themselves. Like, you'll never take advice from anyone else.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll say this: start in moderation. So instead of going out every week, start every 2 weeks, then go down, and then go down, and then go down. It might not be overnight. I think people are so used to it that they can't just go like cold turkey and say I'm never going out. So I think that
oh, of course.
if you're able to just reduce and like shout to COVID, because if it wasn't for COVID,
Oh yeah,
a lot of people will still be doing the same thing they're doing. I think a lot of people had that clarity during the pandemic to not be able to like have the urge to spend all the time. I
facts.
think that you just have to find that balance of like say, okay, well, let me go once in a while when I've had something to celebrate. Because like I think we've all been to that point too. Like when you went out, it's always because it was a birthday. It's just that every weekend it was somebody's birthday. I think now
No,
that like we're older, etc., that like the vibe's a bit more different. But at least like for people who are still trying to turn up every single week, man, you either gotta grow up and look to find different establishments where you could able to have a drink instead of have a talk, but the whole scene of clubbing and like spending $500 or on a $20 bottle at the club makes no sense. So
but to play both sides, some people might tell me like, "Oh, well, what you're doing is boring," or you're the one that should be going out more. You're not experiencing life enough. You're not having enough fun, stuff like that. So I don't know. Yeah, I
tell
feel
It
like
depends what you
no
see
no
as
no no
being
no no
fun,
no
you
no
know?
no no no. You can be humble. You can be humble and say you gotta pop off your chest. You
Facts.
gotta pop off your chest because it's not. Yes, are you sacrificing? But being able to say, yo, I'm just gonna go to Europe because I want to, or I'm going to Mexico because I want to.
yeah.
That's the ultimate flex.
Yeah.
Mm,
So let me party in Mexico instead of partying in Montreal. How about that?
Hmm.
And it's to
facts.
the point where I think that we judge people for wanting better outcomes for themselves, and I just think that's
So
the
true.
Oh yeah, it's
dumbest
the
thing ever. I think that
crab in the
we
barrel
just have to
mentality.
be, yeah, like for me, I have like a wolf pack mentality. If I see somebody hustle, if I see somebody on the grind, for me, my level of respect goes high for them.
Mm,
And like I'm more willing or more appreciative that like I actually want to reach out and like support them, etc. And be more curious. But I think with such a culture, as soon as somebody tries to improve themselves, or you'll see somebody go back on in the gym, especially if shout out to my gym rats, people who post the stories of the gym every single time. You'll have comments say like, oh, you know, who is it, who is she, who is he, etc., etc. But sometimes it might just be motivating for them to be able or hold themselves accountable to post every single day to for them to stay consistent. So I think that
yeah,
we are too
facts.
quick to judge people for wanting better outcomes for themselves.
Mm. Yeah, I feel like I judged people on this episode, but that's not what I meant to do. Like, because I want to say like we should stop judging what other people are doing, and if you find yourself judging people, then you might have too much time on your hands. Like us, we're doing this podcast right now, so we're just talking, having conversations. But yeah, I don't know. Like if you're hating, if you're judging others, then you have to look at yourself and ask yourself what's wrong. Or like Sasha tweeted about this today.
Facts.
If someone's hating on you, just ask them, "Are you okay? Like, is
Guys,
everything
I
okay?"
saw some
Yeah,
negative shit on Twitter, like some negative, like some losers, like talking shit about someone. And I was like, these people are fucking losers. And I was thinking, like, we were talking about this last episode, I believe. Like, if you have time to hate on someone and to like be so negative, it's because you have nothing going on in your life. Like,
yeah.
and so I tweeted, like, if someone's hating and being negative and stuff, just ask them if they're okay. Cause there's like, they're clearly,
Yo,
there's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with them, you know?
first off, I want to know how people have so much time to be commenting and liking everything on Twitter. Like, yo, people don't have jobs or anything. Like, that's not trying to figure out. Because you have
That's a
people having the same
fact. That's
conversation
a
every
fact.
single day, and it's like, fam, I saw you tweet like an hour ago. You back on Twitter again, and it's like Sasha said, and like Chris said also last episode. At the end of the day, I'll say this: I don't judge people who have more money than me. If you have more money than me, I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm taking notes, etc.
Sucks.
If
That's
you
a
broke or
fact.
you're on my level, and you talking shit, I am judging. I'm judging. No ifs and buts, because it sometimes it's the people who have the least that talk the most,
Yeah, that's
and
Mm,
true.
that's and especially as we're advancing and like you getting to speak to people who have more than you, they say nothing, and it's the
yeah,
people who have a negative net worth that talk the most and have the most opinion.
yeah,
You know?
it's true. The only reason I talk about things like this is just for people to know that there is another way that exists and you can do
Yeah,
it,
that's
and
our
normal
job.
people
Yeah,
can do it. We're
100%.
we're not like we don't have
Because we were
superpowers.
all there.
That's it. Exactly. We were
We
all
were
exactly there.
flourishing.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
were all
yeah.
flourishing. At the end of that, fuck this humble shit. We're all flourishing in our own ways, and we're just getting started. So at the end of the day, even though we don't think we're close to where we want to be, there's lessons to be learned from where we came from. And at the end of the day, we're only in our mid 20s, and we made a lot of mistakes, and we're learning and we're making corrections. So for people who are under us, you don't have time to be judging, etc. You need to get up your ass and figure out who you are, and then when you figure out who you are, figure out what you want to do or who you want to be, and then just go to work. And
Facts.
I promise you, life gets a lot easier when you answer those questions.
Facts.
I think that's a great way to end
Yeah, that
the
was
show.
really well. That was a really nice ending.
Dang.
Morse. Well, guys, thank you for watching this far. Like, subscribe as usual. Leave a little gem in the comments,
Yo,
and
Taylor, drop a gem, please.
come back.
Please.
Now we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.